Today is Monday, June 29th, 2026. The probability of people being out here that are not a part or required to be out here and that are probably on a property that they are not supposed to be on is 100% effective and happening right now. Now, there are people that are walking with social service assists, such as senior citizens, and I do know this person very well. He is related to John Tano, and they are walking with senior citizens to make sure that they are not injured going out for their morning walk. It is not the first time that I've also seen this, and this is also 100% applicable. So you have two things that are happening right now on this park property of Wilclay Park this Monday, June 29th, 2026. Persons that I've known to do this are in the space 100% for the last 6 years. Persons that are not known to do this for the last 6 years are also in this public spark space. And the persons that are not known to do this, they're talking because they want their voice to be heard in my videos in order to say they gave me the words to say and they're John to know. They gave me the words to say, and they're John Tano of the television show The West Block that taught me business. The matter of fact and the point is, you are not John Tano, and you have not given me any advice, especially with this being your first time in the last 6 years seeing this property, and probably your last time too, especially if you have to say something in order to get your voice heard in my videos when I am recording. Anyways, that is not the original reason as to why I came to this spot in the first place. I came to this spot in order to once again use a baseball analogy that always seems to work fitting before September strikes again or August, the month of August strikes again, and you people learn to leave me alone for the month of July. Because you seem to think that the game of cricket is the end all and be all game. Alex Rodriguez came from the game of cricket and he plays baseball. And he plays baseball right now currently for the Cincinnati Reds. And Alex Rodriguez knows the game of cricket very, very well. See, the thing about it is, what Alex has taught me about the game of cricket, why the game is so long standing, you don't want to take anybody out and you don't want to find anybody guilty because you want to keep the attack going. You want to keep the attack going. That's why you keep the same player standing there, and the player is told not to hit at the ball or swing at the ball until someone has been attacked, which is the amount of hours it takes to break and enter into someone's home and verbally accuse them. That's what Alex has taught me about the game of cricket. But you see, the difference in baseball is I've been learning about baseball from Joe Carter even before I knew that Alex Rodriguez existed. He knew that I existed, but I didn't know that he existed. And that's a fact, and that's the truth. And I've been learning about the game of baseball from Joe Carter since I was about the age of maybe 2 years old. 2 years old, Joe Carter has been teaching me the game of baseball. Game of baseball, three strikes, you're out. Now, each time when I was 2 years old, each time someone hit the cricket bat, I was moved from house to house, which means I always had a roof over my head. I was never homeless, and I was never living on the streets in Jamaica. Never. So that's first of all the number one mistake you're making with me, using the game of cricket in order to attack me, to tell me I need to pack up and move out. That's your first mistake and your first misunderstanding with me when it comes to the game of cricket. Every time the bat was put, which was literally every 3 to 6 months, someone hit and put the bat, which means the game was consistently going 24/7 before I was able to speak my mind on my own, which gave you time to quit in order to replan your strategy, to come and tell me to pack up and move out. I was moved from house to house, different houses, different areas. I've lived in all provinces in Jamaica. I've lived in Westmoreland for an entire week until the next bat was put or the next player was placed in instead of the old one. I have lived in Hanover. I have lived in Kingston. I have lived in every single parish. I have been there. But I have never seen living in a box in Jamaica with the game of cricket. I've only seen houses with wood paneling, concrete steps, braille walling, grill walling, windows, doors, and a key to enter. That's the type of living I had when it came to the game of cricket. I have never seen the life of living in a box that you're trying to describe to me. I never lived that life. So when it comes to the game of baseball, let's bring it back to today's story now. It's been 3 days since those females have been upstairs. Three of their mothers have been in, and all three of their mothers has had to counteract that I have provided for myself and not from the white people. In the game of baseball, what I learned from Joe Carter is 3 strikes, you're out, baby. Which means in the game of hockey, it takes time for you to gather. When the hockey scorer pucks a goal into the goal net, it means it's time for you to gather in order to try and use it to abuse me with. When it comes around, however, to the baseball, that is not a time to gather. Baseball means 3 times you are out, which means the fact that three mothers have clarified already in one game of baseball everything that you bought is going to be destroyed, that you're using against me in order to say you can't buy that, or you bought that, or you copied us. You came in here and you brought that to copy us, so that gives you the right as white people to abuse me. Not so. I did the same thing with Belly Gillingham. The female is in the same room Belly Gillingham stayed in. Even his own ex-wife, who's now divorced him clear cut and clean, apparently, she's had to say that he has nothing that they, as the white males, have provided. And that's more than one because he's married to more than one female. So that means only one of them out of 14 has literally divorced him completely. He's still married to 13 females that are keeping him entrapped to attack me. So there is an essence to say that I do understand the game of sports to have a white boy on my roster, bitch. I do understand the game of sports very, very well. I understand the game of hockey. I know the Anaheim hockey team very well. Hey Craig, how you doing? I've been having that white boy on my roster for a very, very long time. Craig Hennessy. Craig Hennessy is a white boy that knows my vagina very well. He actually knew my vagina before Michael Strahan did. Just that's how long I've been knowing the white boy Craig Hennessy from the Anaheim hockey team. Would you like to cut a flow white bitch about who I know and what I know being black and knowing white people? I known Craig Hennessy. Craig Hennessy knew what I looked like being up in my mother's vagina before I came out my mother's vagina. And he's a white boy. Bye.